Hello and good day, Mike Adcock with an update on Tropical Cyclone Hellen. Located over the Mozambique channel, this briefing is based on the Zero Zulu Meteo France advisory from the 30th of March. Take a look at infrared satellite. We do see Hellen there off to the south of Comoros, moving off toward the south-southeast. Showers and thunderstorms continuing to affect Comoros and Mayotte. This is going to continue to spread showers as well over northwestern Madagascar. As of 0 Zulu, or 2 a.m. Mozambique time, 3 a.m. Madagascar, center of circulation located about 200 kilometers southwest of Mayotte, or 305 kilometers northwest of Mahajanga in Madagascar. Over the past couple hours, since about 21 Zulu, you do see that eye, that pinhole eye, starting to develop, so rapid intensification going on right now. South-southeasterly movement at 13 kilometers per hour, with that eye now seeing winds up to 150 kilometers per hour, maybe a little bit further strengthening, honestly, and pressure down to 970 hectopascal. Take a look at the Dvorak analyses. All the agencies across the board showing a T5.0, which yields that 150 kilometer per hour winds based on a 10-minute average. NESDIS actually puts an interesting twist to this, and actually JTWC as well. NESDIS says the current data T is really more like 5.5, which would support 165 kilometer per hour winds, and that's based on a medium gray eye compared to a cold medium gray ring surrounded in black. And what we're doing here is we're comparing the inferred temperature of the eye compared to the temperature of the convection around it. Now they opted to go with 5.0, which is a 6-hour average. That helps justify not breaking some constraints. Part of the rules with Dvorak is you don't want to intensify a system too quickly or weaken it too quickly. There's a whole set of rules, so that kind of helps support those rules. But there is evidence that would say that this storm is a little bit stronger. JTWC actually a little bit stronger yet, with a data T of 6.0 based on a medium gray eye surrounded by white, which I can completely support. And that would be more like 185 kilometer per hour winds on a 10-minute average. So something to keep an eye on there. The advanced Dvorak T, not really representative at this time. Looking across the Indian Ocean, do have Hellen there off to the northwest of Madagascar. High pressure ridge across the central portions of the Indian Ocean. That's going to help act as a block toward this system. As you kind of see that ridge, again, a very weak ridge kind of building in across the south and then back around, helping to block this system. And what's going to happen as we turn toward the Meteo France slide here, this is the forecast track that was just released. Currently, the steering is being influenced by a mid-level ridge off toward the north. As we get later on into the night, though, that ridge starts to weaken and it slows Hellen down. And then as we get into Monday, the ridge builds back southward, reinforcing a block over Madagascar, which will help usher Hellen off toward the west. Now, the concern is how strong this ridge is going to be, and does it allow for more of an impact to northwestern Madagascar? One thing that does seem pretty certain is some impacts as we get into Wednesday night into Thursday for Mozambique. Right now looking for some rainfall there around to Quelimane. The good news there is wind shear is expected to strengthen over the week, so the system will be pretty weak before it makes landfall. Some gusty winds, but the real main threat is going to be heavy rain showers. But more near term is going to be what impacts are to Madagascar. Several of the models do suggest that track gets pretty close to Mahajanga or Basalampi coastlines, and that's going to increase their rainfall there. Regardless, again, folks over toward Comoros, Mayotte, as well as northwestern Madagascar should continue to monitor the progress of this system. JTWC, very similar solution. This is a few hours older at 21Z before the eye started to develop. So at that time, their intensity was 110 kilometers per hour with the gusts up to 140. This is pretty old right now. Again, I shared with you the Dvorak numbers, which are in line with what Meteo France is saying now. Again, really similar solution. They do not bring any of the strong winds or the center of circulation over Madagascar, but again, GFS, for instance, does track it overland. Now, the good news is it is starting to shift it off to the west, so the threat to Madagascar has slightly decreased. But the concern is, with less of a threat to Madagascar, that does allow this system to continue to strengthen. You do have fair conditions, at least for the next couple of days, so we'll have to continue to monitor the progress of it. Already basically a Category 1 using the Saffir-Simpson scale, and further intensification over the next couple of days, especially based off of the past 3 to 6 hours. We can definitely see some further intensification. Mentioned the heavy rainfall. This is based off the GFS, so it does take the center of circulation inland. This is more of a worst case scenario for Madagascar. Right now, looking at the models, this does bring heavy rainfall again to northwestern Madagascar. Areas there in red over 200 millimeters, in white over 300 millimeters. And then you notice here as we get into the middle of the week, as the system moves off toward the west, that area of orange with rainfalls greater than 100 millimeters, that heads off toward Mozambique. So again, central coastal Mozambique, you'll have to continue to monitor this as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. Definitely could see some heavier rain showers for you. And then not much to talk about on our surface weather plots. Again, some heavier rains affecting Comoros and Mayotte, as well as far northwestern Madagascar. If we head over to Mayotte, moderate rainfall right now. Do have the stronger winds. They are out of the north-northwest at 37 kilometers per hour with gusts as high as 83. For Mahajanga in Madagascar, just some intermittent sprinkles out there. Really nothing much. Not really impacting visibility, and light winds out of the north at 11 kilometers per hour. We're going to continue to monitor this. Of course, you can join in on the conversation at storm2k.org. Make sure to follow me and subscribe to the various locations you see there on the bottom of your screen. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Be safe and take care.